Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. It's on my face, I cannot hide from the mistake my parents made. I'm never moving on. Not made from love, a remnant of a selfish motive. Was I needed? Do I need it to go wrong? Polarized in hair and pain, pumping through my veins. Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the safe. I embrace the side of me, I only fuel the fire. But is it wrong for me to fight against the balance of my power? History in halves, one brain. I will break the chain. Oh no, tokori wa yobu. Moeru rame koru to boku no ai to kirai ni iru. Oh no, tokori wa yobu. Moeru rame koru to boku no ai to kirai ni iru. I love, I hate the same. Ice and flames call my name. I freeze, I burn, I blame. I love, I hate the same. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? The demon living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Boku no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaranai. Mina wa
Well, good Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday morning. Yeah, Thursday morning. And let's see. Monday, did a show. Tuesday, did a show. No, I didn't do a show Tuesday because I had to go into the office. So Wednesday did a show. Thursday. That's 3 days this week and 2 of them in a row. And I've got one lined up for tomorrow. Not bad. I'll take it. All right, so hope you guys have got your coffee ready or whatever it is that you like to drink of a morning, be it your monster. Well, I thought I was going to have to go into the office today squatching, but it turned out I didn't have to go in today this time. So I got lucky. I get to stay home and work from the house today, and I get to do a stream for you guys. Some hot wet soup. That's Is that a throwback to the old podcast, Hot Wet Soup there, Fallon? Woohoo, work from home? Yeah, I need something. I had some problems sleeping last night. I didn't actually fall asleep till after 1 o'clock my time, which was about 5.5 hours ago. So I'm running on nothing but caffeine and a fevered dream this morning. So, but in fact, I'm drinking. Hey, listen, sometimes just, you know, fixing you a nice hot cup of chicken stock or beef broth or, whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. And I seen a thing, whatever they said, sometimes like if you're just having kind of a rough day, or maybe, you're just you're just not feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Fixing yourself a hot beverage of some kind, it could be a hot tea, a hot coffee, some broth, whatever, warm hot broth, and just putting it in a cup, kind of like this here. Just put it in a cup and just hold it, and just hold it in your hands. That there's something about, I guess psychologically or whatever. There's something about just holding the warm mug that helps induce uh, certain, I guess, chemicals to be released in the brain, and it will help your. Yeah, it's comforting. Yeah, yeah. Just got off of the night shift, cold, cracked up. You know what, Kevin? If you're just, if those of you, depending on what time zone you're in, or if you're on, you work a night shift or whatever, and this is the end of your day, and it's your night, and you're going to have yourself an adult beverage, then you know what? Uh, Cheers, my dude. Drink up. So there's no there's no judgment or condemnation uh, here anyway. Yeah, exactly, Squatch. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay. So, Abba Preach. Let's get into it a little bit here. What do you say, huh? So, beware of the dog until he's had his morning coffee. Exactly. Beware of the dog until he's had his morning coffee. Because then, if he doesn't get his coffee, then, yeah, it's not good, right? It's a rough day. Exactly. It's a rough day for me today. Anyway, so let's get into this. So back on, let's see, 2 days ago, which would have made it on Tuesday, the 23rd, which more than likely means they probably recorded this on the Monday, the 22nd, something like that. Abba Preach, anyway, put out a video 2 days ago, which would have, like I said, would have been on Tuesday, where the title of the video is the title of the video is our channel may be deleted. What happened is and I'll let them. Well, I tell you what, rather than me sit there and stumble over my words like I normally do, let's just listen to it because they get into it pretty quick here.
Today's topic, where we've been. I've been dealing with some stuff on the back end. We got a bit of a problem where, as you can see in the title, it looks like the Jubilee channel is trying to have us deleted. Now, maybe that's not the best characterization, but
we don't know if they're trying to have us deleted.
Well, what they're doing might result in us being deleted.
Yes.
We had videos recently that were flagged, some new, some old, by a company called LDS Affiliate, which on behalf of Jubilee is flagging a bunch of their videos saying that we are infringing on their copyright. Now, I'm not going to make a video about something like this normally. I appeal it. I go through the same steps that I do with all the other channels. Generally, after an appeal or two.
Okay, so specifically because I've been through this before. When someone flags your content, they're basically saying, hey, I believe this is my content and I want you to remove it, right? They don't immediately strike it. They just, it's kind of like they're being courteous in a way, and they're saying, hey, I believe you are violating my IP, intellectual property, my content, and I want you to remove it. I don't want you profiting from it. I don't want you making money from what I have produced. You then have a choice because the clock starts ticking. You can either if it's a small segment of a video or something, you can go in and clip out that segment if you so choose to. Or in these situations, in the videos that they're talking about, it was the entire video. They were doing commentary uh, over different video topics and stuff that Jubilee had done. So there would be no clipping out any little segments or whatever. It was scattered throughout the entire video. So the entire video would have to be removed. And so, as you've seen there in the little snippets and stuff that Abba showed on screen, he filed an appeal, which is what you can do is say, hey, look, I believe that under the Fair Use Act, that this content falls under the exception of fair use because I'm offering commentary and, and what I can tell you, because I don't believe there's ever been a Abba Preach video, and they'll probably last 2 to 3 years. I think that's how long I've been watching these two guys. That does not fall under my understanding and definition of what fair use is. And my definition and understanding of fair use is what was established by two different cases. One, the more famous of it, which was the Matt Hossman versus Ethan and Gila Klein, H3H3, over that fair use and the whole FUPA and all that stuff, right? And the judge, in his rendering of this verdict on that case, said that using large portions of a video, up to and including the entire video, for context, and when you're offering critique and criticism, is 100% fair use. That was a landmark establishment, I believe, and I'm sure if there are people out there that who love to correct me because they think I'm nothing but habitual liar and speaker of misinformation, but I believe that was the first lawsuit as far as YouTube was concerned to establish what fair use was. Up until that point in time, content creators did not have any type of point of reference to cite and say, hey, this fair use was established here. This case, this was precedent. Bada bada bada. Right. Anyway, definitely the biggest one. Yeah. Anyway, they that was established. There was another one that was what was that guy's name? His name's slipping me. Anyway, he actually re-uploaded a video in its entirety, solely changed the name of the video for parody's sake. And a judge ruled that even that was enough, because in changing the title to a parody title, it was critiquing and criticizing the video. Anyway, it even set precedent for what fair use was. So Abba filed the counter notice that, hey, I believe this falls under fair use. That's my position. That's where I stand on this. This agency for Jubilee came back, as we saw again in the clips, and said, hey, we disagree. And so we reject your claims. And so they had 7 different videos that was going to be a copyright strike was going to be applied to the channel. Well, after 3, right, your channel's terminated. So their channel was definitely on the chopping block for termination. Now they could go in and they could delete the videos, because after it was rejected, you still have a period of time. I believe it's like, I want to say it's like 3 to 7 days you have to take action, and at that point in time, a strike will be applied to your channel. Right now, what does that mean? Well, if it's just one strike, it means that you lose the ability to do certain things. Sargon yes, thank you, Seth. Sargon was the other guy that had a big lawsuit about this as well. But when you get a strike, you lose the ability to like live stream for, like, I think it's I can't remember. I can't remember. Let's just see if I can find it real quick. I won't think you can't. Okay, so yeah, okay, so the first time, you cannot do a live stream or upload videos for exactly 1 week, right? So for 7 days, you can't do anything on your channel. Yeah, Squatch, and we're fixing to talk about that too. We're fixing to talk about that whole deal too, right? So, anyway, for 7 days, you can't do anything on your channel, right? You can't schedule a live stream. You can't upload a video. You can't post. You can't do anything. You can't do a short. Your channel is effectively dead in the water for 7 days. You can't do anything. All right. So anyway, Abba and Preach put out that video, right? Then the next day, this would have been on the, let's see, what was this here? No, this was, okay, so there have been 2 days later, the 24th. So this was a couple of days after the first one. They put out another video. This time, it's just Abba. Preach was not able to be there to record. He has some other obligations over, but luckily for Abba and Preach, things kind of turned around.
Some of you at Fresh and Fit thought we was gonna join you in demonetization. Well, I got one message for you.
We are better than you, period.
A little update. You can tell by my smile I got some good news. If you guys are wondering where Preach is, Preach got a life. I be at home just typing and shit. Preach go outside. That's why he's not here right now. But I called him before we did this video, and he's on board with everything. So just wanted to confirm that. First off, got to give a shout out. Ethan Klein, of all people, contacted me privately. I said, oh my God, is that H3 in my DMs? Is he about to? Nope. He was there to say, hey, bro, you need a lawyer for this copyright claim. I know the best in the business. I said, oh, shit.
So Abba, so yeah, Ethan reaches out to Abba, says, hey, brother, you need a lawyer? I got the dude. I've got the man's number. And so, thankfully, Jubilee and, I guess administration or people higher up, not just this agency or whatever that Jubilee been working with. People within the company got in contact because Abba and Preach had a fairly good working relationship with Jubilee. And anyway, in these videos, these two videos on Abba, go watch the videos over on Abba and Preach. Because they give a lot more context, they give more detail. I want to make you guys aware of the situation. I want you guys to go out and watch these videos to get the whole story. But I'm gonna try to give you a TLDR of it, a brief overview, you will. But I want you to get all the nuts and bolts and stuff. Go watch, go support these guys. I like them. I think they do a very good job. They're comedics. They're comedians. They're their trade. That's what they do for a living. They MC. They do they do comedy tours. They do, stand up comedy stuff. So they're funny right off the bat. I mean, they've already got that going for them. They're funny. Exactly, Kevin. Yeah. Jubilee was actually used, and Abba and Preach show this where as part of their marketing for their channel, for their product that they're putting out. It wasn't just Abba and Preach that they clipped, but there were other creators that watched their videos over the years and responded to them and so forth, and showed these people, that hey, these big creators, these large content creators, what. So again, is for marketing and stuff to help them to get brand deals and stuff, everything, right? So here's the long of the short of the long of it. And I totally understand Jubilee's position on this, but I don't support what they did. What they did was wrong. Period. It violates fair use. Because Abba Preach, these other creators and stuff, are not just ripping their content and just straight up re-uploading it, right? They're breaking it up. They're offering commentary. They're laughing. They're critiquing, whatever. Jubilee makes some videos that are cringy at best. They bring in these people, right, who come in and they have a topic, a subject matter, and they will ask some very what's what I'm looking for? They'll ask questions that are very controversial, right? And they generally have people of diverse standings on these topics, everything from people who are on the one extreme and on the other extreme, and then people in the middle. And they ask these questions, and they start to invoke conversation. And then they record all this and edit it out. Well, that costs money, right? Jubilee is a company. It's got employees, it's got overhead, it's got cost, it's got production cost, it's got employee cost, and all the things that are associated with it. And the bottom line is from what I gathered from what Preach conveyed from his conversation with the people at Jubilee, they're having a downward turn in their revenue from YouTube. And so they, in their minds, immediately thought, okay, it's because these guys are pilfering or ciphering our views, so people are not coming and watching our content. And so that's robbing us of ad dollars and potential even brand deals and stuff, because our watch times and stuff are down. So we don't have that as a marketing tool to say, hey, we usually get X amount of views, and this how many people watch, and this is our watch time, so on and so forth. And so their response was, well, we will stop these channels from reacting to our content. Well, you can't do that, right? When you put things out on YouTube, when you're putting content out there, it is your intellectual property. You are making the product. It is your IP, right? However, it is subject to fair use. Like I said, we've like we previously established with the Matt Haas versus the H3H3 or Sargon of Akkad, those lawsuits, it's fair use, right? Now, if somebody is taking and just doing a complete total re-upload of your content, then yeah, okay, go forth, sue the shit out of them, no problems. Do your thing, right? Protect your IP. But if you cannot say, well, I don't like what they're saying because they're not getting in step and marching in step in line with me, and they're not having the same opinion as me, and I don't agree with, and I don't like what they're saying about me, and so I'm going to file a copyright strike, right? And that's what brings us to the next segment. I'm tying into this now. Buddy of mine, Nerdy John, content creator, a good guy, funny. He's been working hard, grinding on YouTube for quite some time. He is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, let's just take a quick look here. Go to those YouTubes. Nerdy John. Has he? Yeah, he's at over 2K. Yeah. Yeah, Nerdy. He's a good looking dude. I mean, when he keeps his beard clean, trimmed, and stuff like that, yeah. I think he's probably he's probably in some DMs with some young ladies and stuff, or young men. I think Nerdy. Anyway, but like I say, Nerdy John, he's a good dude, right? 100%. I don't have a problem recommending Nerdy. I think Nerdy's a good guy. Anyway, Nerdy woke up the other morning. Of course, he works a full-time job, right? YouTube is not. He's selfish to all genders, exactly, Squatchin. He is a selfish lover. He loves to receive. He's not so much about the giving part, but he loves to receive the love and stuff, right? But anyway, Nerdy John has a full-time job, right? He works out in the real world. I mean, he actually goes out and touches grass. He doesn't sit at a computer screen all day, trying to come up with the next viral sensation or what have you, right? He's actually out there, he's on his grind doing his thing. Well, so, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was just the thunder. We're supposed to have some storms here this morning. So hopefully I don't lose power or anything before the stream is over with today. But anyway, so back, it's been like a year now, right? This guy by the name of Jeremy Hales has a YouTube channel called What the Hales. Got into a beef with his local municipality water company. They were charging him at a commercial rate at his home where he ran a business out of, buying up storage, these storage lockers that had been abandoned. He buys them, goes through, cleans out stuff, resells it, all that kind of stuff, right? That's what his channel originally was, and what he did on YouTube. Successful, large following, so forth. He then started having a beef with his local, like I say, municipality and city government. And he started not live streaming, but he started recording like their meetings and putting it online with his beef with him and stuff. And he has a whole menagerie of people in the town that he has little nicknames for and everything. And one of the things that I covered it because another creator on the YouTube, Milltown's Best, Super Dave, had been following this guy for a long time. I guess he was a fan of the guy's show and content and everything. Had done some videos and stuff because there was an incident with a woman at the time, an elderly lady. I'm going to say from the video, she looked like she was pushing her in her 60s. He was up there and was having some words with her about, again, the water bill of all things. And anyway, she shooed him out of the office. She scurried him out of the office, whatever. She did touch him, which she should not have done. You cannot just put your hands on somebody, even though it was not a physical attack or anything like that. But even just, it was, she shouldn't have done that. But it was like but from watching the video back in the day, to me, it was akin of like a grandmother shooing her grandkid out of the kitchen, because he's trying to steal one of her hot cookies, that type of thing, right? Well, I covered it, made fun of it, because Jeremy would come in and he filed all these DMCAs against Milltown, and Milltown was up in arms about it, and rightfully so. And so I covered the story, and I think I showed maybe 5 to 10 seconds of one of his videos. He filed a copyright or DMCA against me as well. I appealed it, I fought it, and won. That's the TLDR on that. Like I said, this was like a year ago. Well, Nerdy, because friends, whatever. He covered the fact that I had received a DMCA, and he had some of the videos or whatever. He showed some of the videos, the same thing. Again, 100% fair use, no questions about it. And Jeremy here recently has gotten a lot of attention. He's actually got the, you did hear the thunder? Yeah. It started to get kind of crazy. He's actually got some of the law tubers, specifically the DUI guy, that has been covering his story and making videos and stuff, because there is a civil action that is going on in Florida, where this all, of course, it's in Florida, right? Florida guy, Florida, whatever, right? One of his neighbors has filed a restraining order against Jeremy, because they just don't like each other. It's bad blood between neighbors. That's what it is, 100%. And the judge that has been presiding over this civil case, has not ruled in Jeremy's favor on some things, and it's kind of sent Jeremy off, and these, like I said, these legal tubers, law tubers, whatever, they're lawyers, so I defer to their, because I don't know the law. I'm not a lawyer, I'm very layman on most things. Has said that this judge has not particularly acted in the best way or possible for as a lawyer should act. So anyway, there's been like this huge resurgence, because Nerdy, he kind of talks about it here in his video, which we're going to watch here in just a minute. But I noticed, like, in the back end analytics, that all of a sudden I did like, I think 1 or 2 videos on, I think I did the initial video, and then when he filed the DMCA, I did a second video covering or talking about that. And I noticed that the second one that I did, all of a sudden it went from, like, I'm not joking when I tell you this, it went from just like maybe a little over 100 views, something like that. And remember, guys, this was a year ago I did this video. A blinking year ago. So now it's like over 1,000. It's like, I think it's approaching 1,200 views. And the comment section is people just coming in and just, and it's all Jeremy Hale fans. So I don't know is somebody found the video and they shared it out there, and like some sort of, I don't know if it's a Reddit forum or he does a lot of things on Facebook, so it could be like a Facebook thing or I don't know. All I know is that and Nerdy John was talking about the same thing on his. And here's the thing too, right? When Jeremy comes in and files a claim against a video, whatever, it's manual. It's not even, because in my particular case, I had like over an hour-long stream that morning, as I typically do. And Jeremy's section of the video, and specifically the video segment that I used, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. It was maybe at maximum 10 seconds of an hour-long video that morning. 10 seconds, and they came in and he claimed and filed it, wanting the video to say I stole his intellectual property. And I was 100% at the time when I was like, let's go to court. I'm not even going to hire a lawyer. I felt like I could represent myself well enough to where I could cite the cases in existence and say, hey, fair use. 10 seconds of video, an hour long, no, get out of here, right? And I just don't believe there was, anyway. So let's listen to let's listen to what Nerdy has to say here. You handsome devil, you.
So I got up this morning to do my show. I wasn't able to go on my computer yesterday, because work, but so I open up YouTube Studios and I see that I got a copyright strike from Jeremy Hales from What the Hales. And it's weird that he strikes the video now, considering that it's been months since this video has been uploaded. My guess is it's because of the fact that it went from like 30 views initially to like 1.4K for some reason.
Yeah. See, Nerdy John had the same experience, right? So something tells me that because of this increased interest, because of this big major lawsuit, that like some outlets and stuff are actually talking about now, right? The mainstream media is actually picking up on this lawsuit that's going on down in involving him, because again, some of these really pro YouTubers, like I say, in the legal part of the YouTube, whatever's covering it, whatever. Matter of fact, I got into it with Andy Segura over this, right? Because Andy Segura was championing Jeremy, and I was like, dude, this is not somebody you need to champion, right? You don't need, because this guy and Andy's whole point was what Jeremy was being subjected to by this judge down there could affect all of YouTube, right? Could affect creators. I'm like, my dude, okay, fine. I'm not, maybe it will, maybe, I don't know, right? I don't know. I know the big point of contention between the judge or the court system down there and Jeremy is that Jeremy was taking and posting recordings from the courthouse, because they have cameras and stuff. And his lawyer gave him unredacted videos. Now, Jeremy and his legal team, whatever, their stance is that there was nothing in there that needed to be redacted. There was nothing, and maybe so. It doesn't matter. The law is the law. And because, his lawyer actually was found in contempt of court for doing this, and had to pay fines and stuff, and got a dressing down by the court systems for giving him that video. Whereas if he would have went through the normal channels and asked for the redacted one, they might very well have given him the same video footage to use, but he would have been, again, it's dotting of I's and crossing of T's, and this is where the legal system gets so just bogged down with crap. I think YouTube may be updated the bot to catch more flaggers or getting no, possibly so, Max. I don't know. I just know that this particular creator, Jeremy, has the mindset from when I dealt with him over a year ago that and he flat out says this. He has postings on his Facebook page, and he said he's several times in multiple videos that you are not allowed to use any of his footage. The only people that he has any type of agreement to allow to use any of his footage that he puts up on YouTube is one of the local television stations. Jeremy doesn't understand what fair use is either. Right? He's another one of these guys that believes that if you use one frame, even one frame of his video, that he can, that's violation of his IP. Right? You can't. That's not how that works. Like for example, I know there was one particular situation, Milltown hired a artist to do a caricature picture of Hales. Didn't even use any of his video. Nothing. Was talking about the Hales situation and what he was going through with the strikes and everything else like that. And Hales struck that video because he was, quote, using his likeness. The guy believes that his face, Jimmy believes his face is protected. You can't use it even. Anyway, but yeah, like Nerdy said here, he had a video that had like 30 views. It blew up to like over 1,000 views. Because again, I don't know if it got fed into like some sort of Facebook page, or if it is some sort of Reddit page. I don't know exactly where, but even to this day, well, let's finish watching this and I'll show you.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Jeremy is very sue happy, so I don't have the legal funds to support a lawsuit at the moment. So unfortunately, it seems like I'm just gonna have to let the video die.
Okay, so anyway, Nerdy decided to quote let the video die, whatever. I'm sad to hear that. Honestly, I kind of wished he would have. I wished he would have filed a counter and but all right, let me find. Let's see, how do I search this? Title. Let's see here. How do I go? Here. I'll go to analytics. I think that's the way I can do it. I'll find it that way. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I can do. Is this going to give up anything that I don't want out there? I don't think so. I think we can do this, right? Okay, we'll do this. Okay. All right. So, as you can see, this is the views. It's at 1.2K, 1,160 views since it was published, right? All right. So, as you see here, this here is day one, right? I did this back on June the 4th. This was, okay, the video was first published, looks like, okay, June the 1st. So I actually probably did the video. Let's see here. If I come over here, do it this way here. See, when was this actually streamed? June the 1st, 2023. All right, so June the 1st, 2023 is when I actually did this video. Okay. So June the 1st, 2023, the video, and it, like, it got 215 views, sailed along. Like I said, okay, so it hit, so through February the 18th, right? So about 300 views, no big deal, right? And then it got a few more views. It picked up a little bit around March, and then all of a sudden, uh, this is the first 300 days, 296 days. First, basically 300 days, it had a maximum of 508 views. Look here, boom! It went from 508 views on the first from March 23rd of this year, right? So it was almost at a year, right? 296 days. It went from 508 and it jumped up here to 1,000 almost overnight, right? So from 296 to 301 days, it doubled in views. And so now, and I say it's still ticking up, right? It's at 1,164, right? So right here on this date, right, on the 23rd of March, something happened. I don't know, like I say, I don't know if it was found and was posted on some forum or like I say, some Facebook page. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if that's what happened, but it's like all of a sudden, overnight, literally overnight, it doubled in views and it's still climbing. And the comments, every one of them are pro Jeremy and I'm an idiot. Well, welcome to the party. Yes, I'm an idiot. 100%. You can see that where the views came from. Yeah, well, you're probably right, but I don't know how to look that far into the analytics to find it, and I'm not overly concerned about it. And as you can see, you look on there, I think I've made a whopping 13 cents from the video. This is really a free speech. It is. It 100% is a free speech issue. Nerdy John has been shut down. His voice has been silenced for 7 days for a video that was probably almost a year old. Because again, the fanatics, the Jeremy Hale fanatics, found his video, posted it, made him aware of it. Because if you go to Jeremy Hale's Facebook page, he has a pinned thing where it tells everybody how to file and make, and basically let him know where people are stealing his content and stuff, right? It is cult-like what this guy and his followers do. It is unbelievable. Absolutely 100% unbelievable. But poor Nerdy got a strike. So Nerdy and his band of merry men and women are not able to do any content right now. So that's where Nerdy's been. So when he's able to actually live stream and put content up again, you guys make sure and go over and show up in numbers and really encourage him, because I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to speak for Nerdy, I'll speak for myself. I know that whenever I've had to deal with that type of frustration and aggravation in the background, it's like it sucks energy out of you, right? It almost deflates you, because you're going along and your videos and your live streams are getting views, and you're just doing your thing, and you're trying to entertain people, you're trying to convey information, trying to bring knowledge to people, and then boom, you have a jackass come along and just kick your apple cart, and you're sitting there like the dude in The Last Airbender going, my cabbages, so anyway, yeah, he got a strike. Yeah, go back and Ferry, go back and listen to, I've kind of went over everything that he's been dealing with. It's kind of, okay, maybe try to do a Twitch stream. Okay. Well, if he does, make sure watch Yeah, yeah, he'll get his day. Yeah, I mean, yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. All right, so enough of that. I've got one more sad story, and this may not even matter to you guys. It may, because you guys may not, but one of the shows that I and my wife watch religiously and have ever since um, it started back on NBC, on was it CBS? I think it is, whatever it is Blue Bloods. This is the main cast here. Of course, Tom Selleck, Danny Wahlberg. This is Bridget Monahan. Anyway, they recently went on the Drew Barrymore show. This is its 8th season. This show's in its 8th season, and they are ending the show. And as you know, shows have a life. I mean, you know, that's it. But the actors are not wanting it to end. Right? This is strictly the production company, and that they're doing this, right. They've actually, Donnie Wahlberg, Tom Selleck, and some of the other cast members um, um, have actually, you know, they rallied with the fans and stuff and have petitioned, I believe I'm almost pretty sure it's CBS, to not end it. The reason why the company is saying they're ending it, sorry, it's 14th season. I'm sorry. Not 8th. Okay. I don't know where I got 8th season. It's in its 14th season. Is they're saying that it is too costly because it's filmed on location all throughout New York. It's set in New York. It's about the Reagan family. They are all of them are in the law enforcement. The grandfather was the police commissioner. His son, Frank, which is played by Tom Selleck, is the current police commissioner. He had 3 sons, one of them who was killed in the line of duty. And then he has 2 other, one's a detective, one's a sergeant. His daughter, Erin, she's a attorney in the DA's office, a prosecuting attorney. Anyway, it's a good show. They don't all they and the family does not agree. There is division within the. You would think they're all in law enforcement. They'd all agree. They don't. They do not. If you haven't seen this series, you've really missed out on a really, really good series, in my humble opinion. If you've got Paramount Plus, the streaming service, all the episodes are on Paramount Plus. I recently went back and started episode 1, the pilot, and I watched all the way through and almost got all of it watched before this current season, the last season, started. Was able to watch through all of them. Anyway, it's a good TV series, and I hate that it's being canceled because anyway, it's on Friday nights. Anyway, that kind of sucks, but anyway. Anyway, all right. Oh, man, so 7 minutes. Okay, so I have got a whole, I don't think you guys can see it here, but I've got like a ton of tabs. So there's no way I'm going to get through all of these things. What I don't get through, I will have hopefully for Friday's show. But anyway, this is a TikTok that Leon Lush shared. Anyway, you know what, I'm gonna just play the TikTok and I'll let you guys.
Hi, my name is Ivy Bloom, and this is my outdoor potty area. I used to let my friends use the bathroom in my house, but I've since learned how unsanitary that is. Before entering the potty area, I require guests to put on these foot covers, and first-timers are required to read the rules. The most important rule is to dig at least 6 inches from an existing stick. because that's where another guest has dug a hole. It's pretty simple. You just dig a hole, do what you have to do, and put your toilet paper on top. I provide seeds that must be placed inside to keep my garden growing, and once that's placed inside, you cover it up with the dirt you dug up, and then place some leaves on top. The last thing you have to do is mark the spot with one of these sticks. I do live in Arizona and it gets really hot, so I provide a bucket with refreshments and snacks that visitors can snack on while using the bathroom. And yes, there is a privacy curtain. Once that's done, they can take the covers off their feet and wash them in this bucket. Then they have to place them in this jar so that the next guest can use them. Once my guest is done using the bathroom, I require them to sign this journal. And I do respectfully ask for tips because maintaining this area can get a little expensive.
I'm going to just say, can't be, that was my thought, Fairy. But I think this is legitimate. I think this was real. I don't think. I'm gonna just say, with my arthritis, there ain't no way that I could squat down, because I would fall my big dumpy butt right over. No, I would not be. I would just respectfully decline any invitations. I just no more. But I was just like, it's you know what it is? Oatmeal for brains. That's what it is. It's oatmeal for brains. 100% oatmeal for brains. So, in case you didn't know, there's this little TV show that is over on Amazon Prime, if you have a Prime account, called Fallout. They've made a little series based upon the successful video game. Now, I've never played the video game, right? I've watched this because the actor that plays the ghoul is on my Rolodex of favorite actors. I think I've got one more episode to watch. Now, we should play 76. Shane from The Wire. Yeah, he played Shane on The Wire. No, he played. I thought it was called on the Badge. He played on a TV series called The Badge, and then he played Boyd Crowder on Justified. He was also in Sons of Anarchy. He played a transgendered person on Sons of Anarchy. And anyway, he's played a bunch of different. The Shield. But anyway, so he plays the ghoul in this. I've enjoyed this series. Now, my favorite person in the world, Seth, did not like this. She didn't like the series. Whatever. She says it's horrible. Anyway. My other good friend, Tare, says that basically Seth is an idiot and doesn't know what she's talking about. And he says he thinks it's a spot on series. I guess he's played the video games. He thinks it's a great adaptation. He thinks it's spot on. Listening to these two go at it back and forth in Discord has been kind of fun. So Tare is an idiot. No, Tare is not an idiot. Seth. He is not an idiot. But anyway, so Dexter put out says has had over 5 million players on Steam since the release of the new show. So this show has breathed life back into to this franchise, and I get good for them, right? Bethesda, which was the company that made Fallout. I've played Bethesda games in the past, and I've enjoyed them. I thought they did a real go. Also, how am I not the fan? She doesn't even go. Listen, Gigi. Shocking. I don't think there's anything that Seth could do that she would not ever always be my favorite. There, I said it. Another big news. President Biden signed a. It's really weird. It was a foreign aid bill that gave billions and billions and billions of dollars to like Israel and Ukraine and some other ones. And anyway, also they slipped into this foreign aid bill, which why not? I mean, that's what they do up in Washington. Says that ByteDance, who's the parent company that owns TikTok, must divest TikTok within 9 months or face a ban. So, yeah, their CEO had this to say.
Hi everyone, it's Show here. As you may have heard, Congress passed a bill that the president signed into law that is designed to ban TikTok in the United States. That will take TikTok away from you and 170 million Americans who find community and connection on our platform. Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say otherwise, but don't get confused. Many who sponsored the bill admit a TikTok ban is the ultimate goal. It's obviously a disappointing moment, but it does not need to be a defining one. It's actually ironic because the freedom of expression on TikTok reflects the same American values that make the United States a beacon of freedom. TikTok gives everyday Americans a powerful way to be seen and heard, and that's why so many people have made TikTok part of their daily lives.
So anyway, so he's saying, but TikTok is really about American truth and justice and yada, yada, yada. It's social media. It's not that big of a thing, really, right? But anyway, some of the community, people that are avid users, I guess, of TikTok, whatever, so this person here, I don't know who this is, the real sick, whatever, I've learned more on TikTok than in school. If you're going to TikTok for your educational needs, that's a problem. So Twilbidna says, to be honest, you probably haven't. People use TikTok to spread fast information, and the more historical it is, the more incorrect it gets. I agree with her assessment on that. I want to bang my head on a wall with how much misinformation there is on that app about art history and other things. Squatchin's making an appearance. Says, if you learn more on TikTok than in class, maybe you should pay attention. Lol. Exactly. And then Twill says, yeah, that was my second thought, but I didn't want to call them out. Call them out. I mean, if you're going to state something publicly that is this stupid, call them out. No problems. Call them out. They don't teach the important thing. Well, here's the thing, Gigi, I will disagree with you on that. They do teach important things. They just don't teach all the important things. They have a very narrow, it's like they put blinders on in the public school sector of the United States. I don't want to put like on my tinfoil hat and all that, but I'll just tell you my experience from when I worked in K-12. It is an agenda-driven educational system. I'll just leave it at that. It is an agenda-driven educational system. Okay, about to wrap things up. We're getting over time here. Said someone used AI to impersonate Aiden Ross, convincing a fan to break up their PC. No, what? I haven't seen this one. Let's see what happens here.
For a shout out.
For a shout out? Damn.
Right now, yeah, for a shout out, right now. Don't worry, man. Punch the shit out of it right now. Do it. More, break it.
Yo, bro.
More.
You're an idiot, dude. Seriously.
Punch it. Stand up and punch it. Stand up. Oh. More. Do it more.
Yo, it's black. It's done. Gross. I need my shit.
Hey, one more thing. Oh, wait. Break your headset before you break the light. How about that?
Oh, God.
All right. How about snap your keyboard? How about snap your keyboard?
All right. Guys, this poor dude, and I don't know. I don't know if it's all a gimmick by this. I don't know if he did this as a gimmick to try to get views and clicks. I don't know. I don't know if he was truly scam. I don't know. Don't know. But I don't. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. All right, this is probably gonna be the last thing I'm gonna go over today. So, okay, let me go here. We'll come back to that. Logan Paul hits back at a viral prime hydration forever chemical lawsuit. So a lawsuit was filed back in 2023 alleging that Prime Hydration, specifically its grape flavor, had too many per and polyfluoroalkyl, I don't know how to say that, substances, also known as forever chemicals. The claims went viral across social media in April 2024 due to an update in the case on April 18th, causing a bit of backlash towards the company in the process. Logan Paul has now responded to the accusations in the video on social media, clarifying the ordeal. First off, anyone can sue anyone at any time. He's correct there. That does not make the lawsuit true. No, but it also doesn't make it not true. And in this case, it's not. He said at the start of the video, Logan goes on to mention that the lawsuit is talking about the bottle containing the forever chemicals and revealed that they use the same manufacturer that big brands like Pepsi and Coca-Cola do. Accordingly, they follow the Title 21 for the Code of Regulations for PET and all other types of bottles. But let's say they're talking about the drink itself. That's where the argument really falls apart. This little study that was conducted by a lawyer is absolutely BS. He continued, they're claiming that Prime has 0.06 parts per trillion, but the EPA says anything under 1.1 is undetectable. So anyway, and like I say, he's put out a video about all this. Let's see.
All right, let's talk about this. First off, anyone can sue anyone at any time. That does not make the lawsuit true, and in this case, it is not. There's claims that PFOS or forever chemicals come from plastic. So in this case, they're not talking about the actual drink, the liquid Prime. They're talking about the bottle that Prime is manufactured in. This ain't a rinky-dink operation. We use the top bottle manufacturers in the United States. All of your favorite beverage brands, Coke, Pepsi, Tropicana, Dr. Pepper, they use these companies. This little study that was conducted by a lawyer is absolute bullshit. They're claiming that Prime has 0.06 ppt, parts per trillion. But that's interesting because the EPA says that anything under 1.1 ppt cannot be deemed as reasonably accurate, meaning they don't have the right tools or resources to even prove what they're claiming. Are you following this? It means the detection limit is 66 times more than what they're claiming we have in our drink. And that's just the detection limit. Your own state will not even take action unless it's over 40 parts per trillion. So we don't even think this information is factual, but for the sake of this conversation, let's continue.
In one Prime hydration drink, they found 3 times the amount of PFOs that you should consume in drinking water in your life.
We have a very big multi-million-dollar filter that filters the water from the state. Water you drink at home, water provided by the state before we make it into Prime.
Hang on, watch this. He redid all the research and definitely knew what all this meant before he read this script. I mean, made this video. Exactly. It's obvious he's but here's the thing. I'm not a chemical engineer. I'm not trained in FDA and what is acceptable, not acceptable. So I don't know. And he is right. You can sue in America for anything, right? Doesn't mean that you'll win, right? But it also doesn't mean that you won't lose, right? So I don't know where. Anyway, so he goes on and Logan, touts a bunch more numbers and so on and so forth. But anyway, evidently there is a lawsuit that is pending out there against. Evidently, there's an update in the lawsuit itself. I was trying to see if there's. I don't remember. Yeah, there was nothing else in the article as far as explaining why it got more, or why all of a sudden got something had to have happened. What happened? I don't know. I would speculate that there was probably, Logan's legal team probably filed some sort of counter notice to try to get it, throughout or whatever. But there was evidently, I would imagine, something happened to where it threw it up in the limelight again. And so if it's nothing lawsuit, if there's not, why are you responding? That's the question. Why is he responding? Because the company started looking bad. So they got a response out of their spokesman, whatever, right? Oh my Lord. Anyway. I know a lot of people really are against things like Gatorade, Prime, that type of stuff for these kids. The athletes and things to rehydrate and stuff when they're they're exercising or doing the different sports and so on and so forth, whatever. I don't think there's necessarily possibly in very small limitations. I know that they need to replenish their electrolytes and things like that. But I know, like, a lot of times kids, they do it in excess, right? They do a lot of excess drinking of it and stuff, and I think that's probably where the problem comes, right? Is just doing anything in excess, right? That's where we always get to, right? Just don't do things into excess. But anyway, I think that's where we'll wrap it up today. I will be back tomorrow. What are we going to talk? What are we talking about tomorrow? What? I got a humdoozy of a story tomorrow. It's about a school in Utah. It's about everybody's favorite topic, furries. And did they put litter boxes in the bathrooms? Yeah, you heard me right. Furries, school. It's a middle school too. Middle school, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Furries, middle school. Litter boxes in the bathroom. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bat channel, same bat time. So until then, remember, guys, to keep your powder dry and look for me in the funny papers.